We'll stand for the pledge. We got the flag here, that's right.
Yep.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You have the.
I don't remember if I do.
Okay. Once Jerry, we're still trying to work out all this stuff on these computers, but especially when you get into this fancy stuff. So.
Gosh, I don't remember where.
Okay, we'll forget
We'll have to do
that.
it. We'll have to wait.
Invocation, Carolyn.
Let us pray. God, we are blessed to come together today. Our guests from the Southmont School are outstanding students. Help them, guide them as they make their choices through life. Let us not forget that we as Kiwanis are here to help and support the children of our community and world. Be with all as we come together, do your work. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Guests, we've got quite a few guests. Laura, would you mind introducing your guests there?
Okay,
Introduce yourself first, and then everybody else that's there that you have with you, please.
Mike Bishop is visiting. He is a member of the Zionsville Club, where Stan Soderstrom is a member, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere where Brad Boyd is a member. If any of you know those two from Kiwanis. And Tommy Derensburg is trying to get on. He's from Red Stick, my home club, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And then our guest speaker, but we'll introduce her in a minute. Thanks, Gary.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to have Laura. Laura is as I said before, is the governor of the Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee district. And she's been very, very helpful in getting a lot of things going with Kiwanis down there in that area. And really everywhere else. She's got us involved in some interclubs that we interclub with their group, and we interclub with Alaska and everything. So it's been great. Announcements. Let's see. We're going to continue to hold these meetings here, except for next week we will be at the Masonic Cornerstone. Okay. And then the week after, it's Hoosier Heartland again. So May 20th, we'll be at the Masonic Cornerstone. We will be celebrating with the Crawfordsville Top 15. And then the following week, we'll be back here. So remember, when you're in any of the meetings that we have, all eating, okay, or sitting at a table. If you're sitting at the table, you don't have to wear the mask. And as we said last week, the board of directors presented a proposed slate of officers, and they are President Caleb Wilson, President-elect Jake Moore, Vice President Larry Saylor, Secretary Karen Heisel, Treasurer Jim McCampbell, Past President Gary Behling, Sherry Armstrong is the director from 20 to 22, Dave Polly is the director from 20 to 22, Tom Neal, Director, 20 to 22, Jimmy Richardson, 20 to 22, Chuck Summer from 21 to 23, and Aaron Spolaris from 21 to 23. So by the rules of the bylaws, we have to bring that up twice in 2 different meetings. This is the second meeting. So that is the slate that the nominating committee has put together. Are there any other candidates?
I move you close the nominations.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, the nominations are closed, and since there being no other candidates, we really don't have to have a vote. So that's your slate for next year. So congratulations to everybody. Thank you. Wait a minute. What? We got a speaker in the back of the room? Okay. Again, we urge everybody to be in attendance May 20th for the Crawfordsville Top 15. We will be meeting with the North Montgomery Top 15 on May 18th, but that'll be at the school. So we're looking for a few more people that want to come to the top 15 at North Montgomery. It'll be 11 a.m. on May 18th. So let me know if you can attend. We'd love to have you up there. It's going to be a little bit different than what we've done in the past. They just didn't want to get out of school and risk any issues. So we will be holding that up there, and it will be a luncheon. Okay. Volunteer opportunities. We have, yes.
We should be in the school by 11.
Yes.
So we
Yeah.
need to figure, 15 minutes to get through.
10 to 15 minutes to get through there and yeah, get in there. Okay.
What date again?
That is the 18th,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, the 18th.
Make sure to bring your driver's license.
Yeah, they, I did meet up there yesterday over the issue of starting that key club there, and they are a go. So we're really excited. We will now have 3 key clubs going in all of the high schools in Montgomery County. Something we've looked at for a while, and we're finally going to get there, and we're going to have some fun times in these years to come. One of the examples I talked about this morning was, going to a football game, a rivalry football game, and having the Riley minute passed around the bucket and see how much we can collect from each side in 1 minute. Doing those types of things. I think the key clubs are really interested in that. So we're going to get that going next year with these key clubs. It'll be a lot of fun. So it's great to have a new key club going. We have just about completed the backpacking or the packing backpacks with the nurse program. We did that Monday. We did 120 or I think 120 bags. So that'll probably be it until the unless they need us for summer at all. But we are unloading the truck tomorrow at 9 a.m. So we need some more help there. We're unloading the truck with their summer supplies for the nourish program. So anybody can show up. Since Carolyn missed the packing the backpack, she volunteered to come tomorrow to unload the truck. So we're going to put her right at the truck, right, Carolyn?
Misunderstood what I said.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood that. Okay. Jerry, we still need any other speakers, or we?
I've got 2 dates open in July. Karen gave me an idea for one that might be filled, but again, if you've got somebody who would like to speak, regardless of when we need people, we'll find a place to put them into the schedule. So if you've got a program in mind, get in touch with me or Gary, and we'll get it scheduled.
What dates is what?
I don't have the thing in front of me right now.
3rd and 5th, isn't it? Sure.
3rd and 5th.
No.
It would be the first.
The 3rd and 5th week.
Sorry, I'm a little slow.
Yeah, I don't have.
We'll get it out to everybody. We'll get it out to everybody and let everybody
You
know.
have an idea, Matt?
No, I just want to know something, so if I did have an idea.
Well, and
I haven't had an idea in years.
believe me, don't forget about your ideas too. Because right after Jerry gets done, then there's somebody else has to do this stuff and getting all these speakers. So that's me. So let me know about speakers, and if you guys want to come back and speak at one of our meetings when you're in college, it would be great because we'd love to hear from you. So that'd be fantastic. Member updates. We got some people here that haven't been here in quite a long time. I'm just very, very glad to see everybody, and glad you're here. It's been a rough year. This is only our second in-person meeting, but it's great to see everybody here. So glad to have you here. Anybody have any updates on anybody that isn't here? Okay. Birthdays, no Kiwanian birthdays this week. So we'll look forward to next week and see who we can celebrate with. Happy Bucks. Happy Bucks. Our Happy Bucks this week quarter are for Mountie Mission. And, you know, they're getting ready at this point to get all the supplies that they need for their school projects that they do, and putting out all the schools supplies that they do for the kids. And I know there's a lot that are in the Southmont district. So if you can, any money we can collect this quarter for Happy Bucks goes to Mountie Mission. So anybody happy this week? Back.
Just got word today that my granddaughter, who's a sophomore at Loyola Chicago, had a 3.75 for the year.
Wow, congratulations. Congratulations.
It was 8 years ago today that I moved back to Crawfordsville to be closer to family from my retirement years in Arizona. Because of that, I got to see my granddaughter graduate from college. I saw both my grandchildren get married, and each of my grandchildren have presented me with a great granddaughter, and my son has been taking good care of me. So I'm very happy to be back in Crawfordsville and be in the Crawfordsville Kiwanis Club for 8 years now.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? Okay. 2 for Mountie Mission. Anybody else?
My son is in the middle of Ranger School down in Fort Benning, Georgia.
Wow.
So thoughts and prayers for him would be appreciated.
That is fantastic. Thank you. Thanks for your service, and thanks for your service especially too, and having that young man in Rangers. Anybody else? Chuck?
I'm just happy to be back together with the rest of the Kiwanis Club.
That's right. Good. Thanks.
Mountie Mission.
Thank you, sir. And I'll, yeah, Jerry.
For the Mountie Mission, glad, you know, that we're all able to meet together again. To the folks from Southmont, glad you could join us for lunch today.
Great, thank you. And I'll throw in some for Mountie Mission, and especially for these young people from Southmont. I had an opportunity this week to present the scholarship that we awarded, the Pat Klein Scholarship. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But that we awarded this week at Southmont, and had a great time. And it was amazing. These 15 people, I think, the money that they pulled in, you know, wow, fantastic. In the scholarships that were awarded this week at Southmont. Brad, do you have any idea what the total dollars?
No, but the scholarship they received, a portion of that goes to their guidance counselor. So,
Good. There you go. And Brad and Kelsey, I failed to introduce them. I apologize, but Brad Acton and Kelsey Freeze from Southmont, they're their guidance counselors, and they had to put up with this crazy year in school as well as these kids did. So it's fantastic to see everybody here. I usually go through all the history stuff and everything, but we're not going to do that today because we've got a lot going on. But I did want to talk about some of the national days. For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure everybody knew this, but today is National Frog Jumping Day. So, and Calaveras County Fair opens up in the Jumping Frog Jubilee. And it's National Apple Pie Day. So as soon as you get home and you start making those apple pies, remember my address. You can deliver, or I can pick them up, whatever you prefer. So we can do that. It's National Fruit Cocktail Day. So I don't know why we didn't have fruit cocktail. I don't know. We'll have to talk to them back there. But and it's also World Cocktail Day, but it's held annually by Drinkaware. So it's World Cocktail Day, and just in case you enjoyed World Cocktail Day, tomorrow is National Dance Like a Chicken Day. So I thought that was interesting. If you have too many of those cocktails, you can go out and dance like a chicken. So I'm not talking to you guys. You're not old enough yet, you know. So just wait. Of course, the counselors, you know, to enjoy. Okay, Laura, we're gonna ask you to introduce Barbara Thompson, so if you would, please, go ahead.
Thank you, Gary. Dr. Barbara K. Thompson, better known as Barb, is a candidate for Kiwanis International Vice President and has been proudly endorsed by the Missouri-Arkansas District. There are 5 candidates running for this office. And as her campaign chair, I have noticed certain attributes which spoke to me, and I'd like to share them with you. First and foremost, she is an educator who served as assistant superintendent and as an adjunct professor at the St. Louis, Missouri area. I have been told in the past, of course, I'm a retired teacher, that educators dot all their I's and cross all their T's. She has firsthand experience working with children as she has sponsored and young adults, as she has sponsored many key clubs and CKI clubs. She is so excited to share the stage with the top 15 students from Southmont High School today. In addition, we have gone through some difficult times during this pandemic, and the future of Kiwanis is uncertain. Barb is just the shot in the arm that our organization needs, as she is currently ranked in, get this, the top 5 worldwide for recruiting new members and opening new clubs. Barb served as governor of the Mohawk District, Missouri, Arkansas, and as Kiwanis International trustee. She served on the Speakers Bureau and as a multi-division coordinator for the Eliminate Project. In addition, she is Mohawk District Foundation president and district membership coordinator. Barb is active in her community organizations. She is vice president of North County Churches Uniting for Racial Harmony and Justice, and she has mentored high school students as well as educators. She chairs a district nominating committee of the Greater St. Louis Area Council of the Boy Scouts of America. Barb received an NCCU President's Award for promoting racial harmony and social justice and was inducted into her high school Hall of Fame. She received a Drum Major Award from Christian Hospital Foundation and a Community Partnership Award from Hazelwood School District. Kiwanis awards include the Mohawk CKI Builder Award, Key Club International President's Award, and Ohio Kiwanis District Outstanding Governor's Support Award. Barb is married to Charlie, and they are the proud parents of a son, Chuck, and a daughter, Leslie, both of whom are attorneys. So at this time, I would like to present my friend, and she's never met anyone that she doesn't become a friend with, Barb Thompson.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Laura. And I'm so honored to be here today in Crawfordsville. First of all, I want to tell you that I'm a fellow Hoosier Kiwanian because I also belong to the Northwest Indie Club that I joined when I was a trustee, and I was in Indianapolis so often Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that I would go to their meetings, and I've been attending them by Zoom since the pandemic. But and I have spent a weekend in Crawfordsville because we had really good friends who lived there. Their names were Dave and Sue Junk. They lived on a rural route, I think, and he worked for a trucking firm. So I've been to Crawfordsville, and I enjoyed my weekend there. So thank you for that. So Well, before I start, I would like to compliment you on what you all have done, the service that you've been able to continue through the pandemic. I know that you're supporting the Nourish program and unloading the trucks and packing the backpacks. And food insecurity is such a big problem in the United States, one of the richest nations in the world. But we have over 11% of our children are insecure, not knowing if they will eat that day or the next day, and not knowing where their food will come from. So your Nourish program is making a big difference. Also, your comfort dolls. Just a little story. I was buying fabric to make comfort dolls, and the woman at the fabric store said, I know what those are. My daughter was diagnosed as bipolar when she was young, and she had gone out onto the balcony and was threatening to jump off the balcony. So I called the police, and they came and they gave her a comfort doll, and that settled her down. And now she's much better. She's on medication, but still, sometimes when she comes home from school, she gets that comfort doll and holds it. So you don't know when you give those comfort dolls what a difference you're making in children's lives. So thank you for doing that too. And you still had your holiday bazaar and raised money for Riley Hospital, which I know makes a big difference throughout all of Indiana and even the Midwest. So many children come there. And then you've donated toiletries, and you took over Operation Toy Box. You totally took it over. So thank you for all the service that you have given. So I want to thank Laura again for that wonderful introduction, and I'll pay her later. But I want to tell you a little bit more about myself. The reason I joined Kiwanis was that our superintendent came into our leadership meeting one day, and she said, we are all going to join a civic organization so we can be out in the community more. We need more community exposure, and we need to be working with our friends in the community. And she said, you pick, but you're going to go and you're going to be active. About that time, I was at a meeting, and a gentleman came up. It was a meeting I chaired, and a gentleman came up to me and said, you seem like you really like kids, so I'd like to invite you to a Kiwanis meeting. So I went and I joined, and I've been in Kiwanis ever since. Right after I joined, they started sponsoring a Key Club. And having been a high school teacher, I could see right away the power of a Key Club. I'm so impressed that you're sponsoring 3. But the more that I was in Kiwanis, the more I became engaged in service, servant leadership, the SLPs, fellowship and fun, and spreading Kiwanis to other communities. Through the Eye of the Tiger, I had the opportunity to work on opening clubs in other districts. And as a matter of fact, I've worked on several clubs in Indiana. I helped open the new Rushville Club, and also the It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere Club, and also the Zionsville Club. And I think Mike's in both of those. So yeah, so I was really honored to be able to be in part of those. I don't know if Laura, I can't remember, I have such a short attention span, but I grew up on a dairy farm. And that became important later on to me. But with the pandemic, and you have done a wonderful job, I saw some emails about what all you have done. You have continued meeting and leading and serving throughout the pandemic. I don't think you missed very many meetings at all because you started the Zoom meetings in April. But we don't know yet. We do not know yet what Kiwanis is going to be like when we come out of the pandemic. We don't know what the world's going to be like when we come out of the pandemic. So I think that we have to be prepared for change. And when I grew up on the dairy farm, I didn't ever think that I'd hear about dairy farming after I left, but I was at a conference on leading through change, and the facilitator said that she had wanted to always wanted to learn how to herd cattle. And she was facilitating with a Native American tribe, and they bartered for her facilitation that they would teach her about farming, and she could learn how to herd cattle. So she said she went out to the field where the cattle were, and the tribesman told her, move them over there. And she said, well, are you going to give me any instructions? And he said, no. So she found the chief and she said, please give me some guidance on how to move cows from one field to another. And he told her 3 things. He said, walk with them, don't scare them, and make sure the gate is open. So I realized that that was her metaphor for leading through change, that how we have to lead through change is by walking with the people and not scaring them, and also making sure that the gate is open. So that's what I think we'll have to do as we come out of this pandemic. And I think we also will have to open more new clubs and revitalize our membership. So as leaders, I hope to have the opportunity to do that in every Kiwanis district, working with you during and after the pandemic, because in opening the new clubs, I have learned from people in every district that I've gone into. I've learned a lot about how to open clubs, and that's how I've had the opportunity to open so many clubs, is by working with people in the districts that want to grow their district. So we will survive after the pandemic. We will. After all, we are Kiwanians, and we have to, grab our lapels and stand up straight. Just think about what Kiwanis has done. It started in 1915, and we have served ever since. We have served through 2 world wars, through the Spanish flu pandemic, the Depression, the Korean and Vietnamese War, Desert Storm, 9/11, even our own social flaws. We stand on the shoulders of giants. And so, repeat with me how we're going to lead through the post-pandemic era. We're going to walk with them, don't scare them, and make sure the gate is open. Kids need Kiwanis, and I look forward to the future that we can build together to be here when they need us. So I'd appreciate if you contact your governor, Martin Furnish, and say, Martin, we think you should vote for Barb for Kiwanis International Vice President. And I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate it. It's great to hear from somebody that's running for international office. And for those of you that don't know, the way Kiwanis works, we have a club format, which is exactly what you're seeing here. And then we have a division group that it has 6 or 7 or 8 clubs in it. We're in the Sagamore division. And then we have the Indiana district, which we're part of. And that encompasses the entire district. Like I said before, Laura is the governor of the Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee district. So,
Gary?
yes.
Gary, I'm Lieutenant Governor.
Lieutenant Governor, okay.
Thank you for the promotion.
I keep confusing that, it's, you've been so much, it's been hard to do. But the way it's formed, you can be a part of that. The next step out of high school is Circle K. So those of you that want to continue the service that you're doing, that you've been doing in your schools and in your community, when you get into your college, look at Circle K. It's a great opportunity to get in and continue with that service. And if you don't have a Circle K in the school that you go to, call me. We will work on that and help to get a Circle K going in that school. We do have a Circle K here at Wabash, and there's quite a few Circle Ks around the state. But if you want to continue on and get into the service, Circle K is the way to do that. So really look into that. I really appreciate that. You know, annually, our club honors the top 15 students from each school, each high school here in Montgomery County. With the school schedules being as different as they were this year, it was very, very difficult. So we had to do them separately. But today we do have the top 15 students from Southmont High School. As I introduce you, please come on up front here and tell us where you're going to school and what you'll be studying, please. Okay, so Cassidy Bolin. Here's a certificate for you. Okay, so tell us where you're going to be going to school and what you're going to be studying.
All right, I'm going to Purdue University, boiler up, and I'm going to be studying psychology in the College of Health and Human Sciences.
Great, great. Cassidy, why don't you just stand right down here for a minute? We're going to get everybody else up here, and you just happen to be first, so, you know, alphabetically.
Yeah.
Austin Bowman. Austin, there you go. There's a nice certificate for you. So tell us about yourself.
I'm Austin Bowman, and I'm going to be going to college in Texas, going to Weatherford College, and studying engineering. Great.
Alexis Chadwick. There we go. Here you go, Alexis. Thank you.
I'm Alexis Chadwick. I'm going to Ivy Tech for nursing.
All right. Cameron King.
Cameron Keane, and I'm going to Purdue University to study finance.
All right. When you get good at that finance stuff, remember me, will you? Okay. Micah Korhorn. Micah, there you go.
Thank you. I'm Micah Korhorn. I'm going to Indiana Wesleyan for youth ministry.
Okay. Then I got Madison Murphy. There you go.
Hi, I'm Madison, and I'm going to Indiana Wesleyan University and studying multimedia communications.
All right, maybe you can help us with computer stuff. Mallory Murphy. There you go. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mallory Murphy. I'm going to Indiana Wesleyan University to study pre-occupational therapy and psychology.
Aiden Portwood. Aiden. Crowded.
Hi, I'm Aiden Portwood, and I'm going to Indiana University for business management.
Okay. And Krista Sixberry.
I'm Krista. I'm planning to go to Olivet Nazarene University, and I'm going to study criminal justice to hopefully go into fighting human trafficking.
Barb, you were talking about that farm thing. The next one is Lauren Tricker. Lauren knows everything about herding cattle and all that. So there you go, Lauren. Thank you. Come on up here, and you come on up on this side.
Okay. I'm Lauren Tricker. I'm going to Purdue University to study engineering.
And the last one, you know, the other day when I was at the Southmont High School awards night, principal talked about moving boulders. And I looked over at this guy and I says, that's the guy that could move boulders. I mean, look at it, Riley Woodall. There you go, Riley. And our scholarship winner for, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hi everyone, thanks for having us. I'm Riley Woodall, and I'm going to IU this August to study broadcast journalism. So.
All right. So our scholarship winner this year, through the Pat Klein Scholarship, and as you all know, we honor Pat Klein by distributing a scholarship to each of the schools. And our scholarship winner this year is Riley Woodall, and I told him when I saw him the other night, I says, I'll bring the check Thursday, so here you go, buddy. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Okay. Stay here, I think we got something else, Jerry, don't we? The song? Okay, oh, see, listen to this, see, they're all, oh, I don't know.
Without the melody, we might not know all the words.
Well, okay, the words will be up there.
Perfect.
Okay, but you can't look.
Sarcastic, you got this.
Got it. My cheerleader.
Where did you put it?
You emailed it to me.
Yeah.
I know, like, the first
Sing the IU fight song, couple of them.
Thanks.
Boiler up. I'm sorry, but I'm not fine.
Okay, so here's the words. You guys, you can start with it. Who knows the melody?
Whoa, why me? Okay.
Ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Hail, hail to Southmont High School cheer. On that mountain it named country. Our colors flying scarlet and bright, 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 bright. Tiger, tiger, heroes break. Home of victory, Nazis hail. Hail to Southmont High School, onward now today.
All right, great job. Now, before you leave, I want to ask our host here today, Brad Mons. You want to come up and say something, Brad?
Yeah. No, I just want to congratulate the top 15. You guys have done an amazing job. Not only just this year through the pandemic, but throughout your school year. So congratulations, best of luck, and make Mountie proud.
Thank you. Brad's the president of the school board, and you know, and he runs Hoosier Heartland State Bank. So make sure you get your bank accounts here and all of that stuff, and keep them happy. They've done very, very well for us. So thank you all. You can have a seat for a minute, and we'll be getting on with this. Oh, Riley, you got to stay here for a minute though, because I need you. We had this raffle earlier, and we need to make sure that we pick out a ticket. Where's the tickets? You take the money out. Yeah.
I'll take the money out.
Well, you didn't
Here, wait a
put
minute.
those out.
I'm new at this job. Come on, give me a break.
We'll let Riley pick out a ticket and see who the winner is. Yeah.
I think that's it.
There you go. Just pick out a ticket out of there, buddy.
Oh, man. This one looks good.
Okay.
This one right here.
What's the number on that?
502094.
2094 it ends in.
2094.
Caleb got it?
I get to stand at the second.
Okay, good, thanks. I think Caleb won it once before, but, oh, you didn't? Okay. So now, thanks, Riley. Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. Thank you. So what he has to do is pick out a marble out of here. If it's the white one, he gets half of whatever's in the pot now, and how much we have today?
We have 30, 40.
We had 95 to begin with.
46.
46, so 95 and 46. Come on.
141.
Okay, so you get half of 141, if you get the white marble.
If I get the white marble, Riley gets 200.
Yeah, right.
No.
Black marble, so it carries over till next week. So thanks all.
You're all welcome.
Appreciate it, yeah. It carries over, so we'll try that again next week. And Brad and Kelsey, if you really want to get in on this, just become a member, okay? I'll have membership applications to you, so we can do this. Our next meeting, like I said, will be May 20th at the Masonic Cornerstone, celebrating with Crawfordsville High School's Top 15. So make sure you're there. And a positive thought of the day, if you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Thomas Jefferson. So go out and do it. Congratulations again to the top 15 seniors from Southmont High School. Thank you all very much. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you all.